Hey guys, welcome back to the fourth installment of our one tile challenge on Calmlands. This is Graybeard Gaming. What we got to do today is it's the 1st of April and we need to start putting in our corn, sorghum, and soybeans. Before we can do that though, I have to get a planter. So I thought we'd come in here and take a look. Now there is one in the used shop, or there was. I hadn't bought it yet. My issue with this is it's only a 2.5 meter width, and it only drives it, or it only has a working speed of 7 miles per hour. Not really a speed demon there, is it? So let's go ahead. Let's take a look at what they offer. Okay, so we just can't afford this one. So if we can't afford that one, we can't afford that one. The only two we can afford right now is the John Deere 7000 planter, which is probably the route we're going to have to go, or that one, which why would I buy it there for that much? This one actually is 2.5 times wider width, and it goes 2 miles per hour faster. I think this is our winner. So what we're gonna get, configuration, no. So this only holds 360 liters, which is such a drag. I believe that's the liquid fertilizer. Let's see if we can kind of spot what it changes. And that would be our, you know what? I think I'm just going to go with this one. It doesn't cost any more. So let's go ahead. Let's grab it. I really need to get a power washer, y'all. This thing is a bit of a dirty girl. Well, we're going to... It's always traffic going in that direction, I swear. It's never coming the other way. So we've got 3 fields to plant this month. I have 2 days in which to do it, so it's not the end of the world. But we are going to need to get this loaded up. Oh, she's heavy. All right, so we got her all loaded up. Now we have our farm all designated. I did widen this a little bit. I didn't go all the way to the edge, so I'll finish that after we've harvested. Our next thing is we got to find a definitely got to find a way to get ourselves a harvester. Now I've got a corn harvester, a sheller, so I'm going to be fine for the corn, but it only does the corn. I'm going to have to get something for my wheat and beans, sorghum, oats, things of that nature. And that's something that I won't get today, obviously. I've only got $5,000. It's going to take a few months, I think, to earn enough money, and I am a little concerned that I'm going to have crops wither. So I've really got to get on top of that. I mean, I'll be honest, I might have to sell some equipment in order to make this happen. So thing is I don't have a lot of valuable equipment, but because I've tried to wrap everything up into our livestock already. But we are going to go ahead and get started here. I just want to do 2 headlands, and we will head up the field from here. My wife's trying to be sneaky. She's trying to sneak past me. She's just trying to be respectfully quiet while I'm doing a video. So she's a keeper. And get through that first headland. Alright, I'm probably going to do 3 on this end just because I want to have enough room where the trees are, and I really need to figure out a way to earn some more cash because we are really going to be struggling to make things work when I need a harvester. So what I might do is, after I'm done planting, I might just take whatever seeds I have remaining, and 1,000 liters of, if I have 1,000 liters of fertilizer, I'll probably take that as well, and we will probably put it in our open air garden and really start to produce as much as we can. Because otherwise I don't know how we're going to be able to actually make enough money to get a harvester in time. And I mean, it's a stretch because that might not even be enough to do it for us. So, gonna have to really think about this. So we're going to do corn here, and this isn't going to produce a ton of corn. This is just corn that I'm going to shell out and just give to our pigs. I'm only looking to, turn the soybeans and the oats into a cash crop. But I might just put in a production. Now I did mess up on my sorghum field. I actually made it a size that I didn't want it to be, and I am regretting it immensely. I mean, it's fine, whatever, we'll deal with it, but it is something that I wish I had planned out a little bit better. Now, one of the ways that we can make money is obviously going to we're going to go and switch over to grass. I made that decision just so that we would capitalize on our grass, because we only need grass to feed our sheep, and their productivity does not matter one way or the other whether they have hay or grass. So I figured we'd do grass, and then every spring, once they had meadow to eat from, well, we could then take whatever is left and place that through a wrapper, and we'll sell it, and then we'll just build up throughout the year what our needs are. But I don't have to worry about that until next spring. So like next May or whatever. So I'm just gonna focus solely on cutting that grass and then getting that wrapped. In the spring, but might as well just focus on grass. Which means I'm probably going to need to get a wrapper of some sort. But until then, I'll probably wind up selling all but like one bale out of every harvest, just to throw something into the bank. All right, let's see. Did we get it all? It looks like we've got it all. I don't see any missing lime. Lime is cheap, and that's one of those things that I like to use as a marker to make sure that I've actually gotten the entire field covered. So if I leave it, then I'll know that it's been planted. All right, so next up, so if I'm doing it every time, you know, I'm going to capitalize on my yield, but at the same time, I don't know, you guys, it's just one of those things I've been thinking maybe it would be worthwhile to do it that way. And this is the field I was talking about that I kind of messed up on. Looks a little bit on the silly side, but that just adds to the charm of the farm. Things that I have to do after I get these fields planted is I will spray them for weeds. I know a lot of people are starting this challenge without worrying about their weeds, and they're not worried about rolling and things like that. I want to capitalize on my yields as much as possible. A lot of them aren't even putting down lime, which I get it. It's an expense, and you know, it's an avoidable expense for many that, you know, they just don't feel that it's financially it's worth it. So I get that. I totally do. So to those that are doing the playthrough with a focus on, you know, making sure that they have crops in and they're not spending the money on the equipment, totally get it, totally understand. But we are just trying to, and this is where you're going to see where I messed up with my how I plotted out my fields. I really should have made this field first instead of doing the oat field first, because as you can see, I didn't go straight across, and it's going to be an annoying little thing, but I think I left it wide enough where I shouldn't damage anything. I'm hoping, at least that's my hope. yeah, we're gonna continue on and get this field done. Now, in later years, I'm probably going to switch to a one-day month. But before I can do that, I want to, because that's a new challenge altogether. That creates a new challenge that I don't know if I'm really ready for that challenge. And the challenge that it creates is I only have one tractor. So until I have my second tractor, I am going to be going off 2-day months. That will ensure that I get everything done. I mean, this is a challenge. It's not a role play. So I feel that, you know, if we have one tractor, we should be doing pretty much everything ourselves without hiring anyone. Once we have two tractors, then I can hire people, and I don't really necessarily want to hire them for slow jobs. I'm thinking things like spraying and fertilizing. Planting is not one of those, but spraying, fertilizing, putting down lime, I think those are fine. Maybe cultivating. Eventually I will get a seeder that does not require all that work, because the current planter I have is just teeny tiny. In fact, it's, I think, 3.4 meters, so that's just atrocious. My next implement that I plan to upgrade probably is my cultivator, and maybe get a little bit wider of a seeder, something that will hold more. But I don't know which one I'm going to get. It really kind of takes a lot of time to sit there and continuously run back and forth to fill your machinery. Oh, did anybody see on ModHub that precision farming is now available? I saw that yesterday, in fact, and I was intrigued. I did download it, but I did not activate it for this playthrough, mostly because we only have one tile. I don't see where the benefit is to that. Now we are nearly completed with this. That means 2 fields in basically about 19 minutes. It's not bad. That means my other field's probably going to take me about 20, which is fine. And then it's just a matter of rolling and spraying. And we will have all of our fields planted, and then it's just going to be a race to find I'll cut my grass. That's a definite thing that's got to get done on a monthly basis. Let me see. Alright. Sunflowers, nope. Soybeans, yep. So as you guys can see, we are starting to get a little bit of, we'll hop off here for a quick second. We are starting to get a little bit of, we got about a half a pallet here. It's not worth a lot. mean, I preferably would have wanted to do goats, but because they make more, I feel like they're a better return. But we can see what we got here. Maybe. Yeah. So, I mean, we've got these cute little devils. They are really cute, actually. Annoyingly cute, in fact. But yeah, you know, there's quite a few of them out here. The meadow is quite tall. So the little guys, they are harder to see. And, you know, we've got, you know, almost 19,000 liters in the meadow. So, I mean, that's good. This bale right here has got just 97 liters, and that'll dwindle down as things move along. Now, I am purposely not going to look at the large map because I want to focus on how the map will look once everything is planted. I like a nice colorful map. I know that's kind of silly, but I do. I like it when it's not all the same thing. I have zero intentions of planting any sort of root crop now that we have a garden that will produce them all. I was going to do, you know, sugar beets or potatoes, but after we got our current setup, I felt like, you know what, it's not necessary. But what is necessary is finding more ways to make money. And the oats are looking good. Definitely liking how the oats are coming along. Now, none of these trees are mine, otherwise I would have cut one down. But I do not believe any of these trees belong to me. Alright, now we'll go ahead and continue on our path of righteousness. So yeah, I do apologize, guys, for the first two installments that were without any talking because I was foolish and didn't check my microphone to make sure that it was working. That completely my fault. I do stupid things. And that was no exception. And oddly enough, I actually had somebody point it out. But that makes me happy that somebody pointed out. That means somebody watched my video. So, you know, there's that. Interesting little thing in a side note is in actual real life, I went to Tractor Supply and I bought 7 baby chicks the other day. I have just under 1 acre in which to you know, have baby chicks, but there it is. I went and got some, and they will be part of our craziness at our home. But look at us go. We are planting, and that is exciting because that means that we will be making some money. Will we make a lot of money? Probably not. Probably not. We'll make as much as we can though. let's go ahead and get our sprayer. And then I'm going to go ahead and just, I'll do the 2 smaller fields on camera. And that ought to be good. So the overall feeling that I have on this playthrough is it's a lot harder than I thought it would be. I know that there's a lot of people that have set this up on normal economy, but as you can see, we're not losing money. We're actually able to make money. We're just not making money quickly. So my goal is that by the end of this summer, we are basically sitting there with all of the equipment that we'll need to at least progress. So, I mean, we're only a couple of items short. And it's primarily, we just need to get ourselves a, we really, only equipment we still need is a harvester and appropriate harvester headers. Beyond that, I mean, there's not a whole lot we still need. I would say maybe, a couple of small things. We're not going to be a big huge farm, so we don't need big huge farm equipment. I would like to get another tractor. I think that would be very helpful. And ultimately, I'd like to get 2 more tractors. I want a small tractor for doing small jobs. I'd like to get a medium-sized tractor for, eventually I'd like to get a larger, something a little bit larger that's heavier than this tractor. The horsepower on this tractor is more than sufficient. It's the weight that I think is going to become the ultimate issue. And I noticed it when I was pulling the King Ranch, or Ranch King, or whatever it's called. When I was pulling that tedder, I did notice some struggle, as well as the flatbed trailer up at the top of the hill, and where the tires were just spinning. And I think that either a 4-wheel drive tractor or something like a 4-wheel drive tractor at the very least, but I think something with more weight would be definitely beneficial. I'd like to get at least 1 tractor with a front hydraulic hookup, and I don't know which one that's going to be, but I will eventually figure that out. Now, we are almost done with the spraying of the sorghum field. Just going to whip around here, hit that last little bit in the corner, and then we're going to go up here for the corn field. And that should get us those 2 fields. Alright, let's see if we can't back up the bus here. Alright, get this one done, and then we will have our fields all seeded and sprayed. Off camera, I will make sure to get the middle field sprayed, and I'll roll all 3 fields so that we are good to go for the rest of growing season. Sully, you can't pester me right now. I'm still doing a video. I hear you, but it's not happening right now, bud.
No, this is a game. No, this is a game, Dada.
Shh. I don't want you to talk right now on the video that I'm making. Jeez, kids. Now, I'm not going to put in dirt roads between my fields. I know that that makes it look nicer, but because this is a one tile challenge, I want to be able to mow that and just get grass off of it. I know it's not going to account for very much, but every little bit is going to help. So yeah, I do want to make sure that we are utilizing all of that. All right, so while I am pulling up to the front of, well, you know what, I want to do this back edge of the field, and then I'll pull up to the front, or I'll just start doing a there we go. I'm just going to go ahead and do this one swipe on the back here, and then I'll probably go over to that edge and just fire up the worker. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our main map and see how pretty it looks with different colors. See, now that looks nice to me. We've got our soybeans, we've got our oats, we've got our corn, we've got our sorghum, and we've got our wheat, not to mention our 2 fields of grass. That is our one tile, which looks pretty full. I'm really happy with this. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. We will go ahead and finish up some stuff off camera, but I think this is a good spot to leave this video. This is Graybeard Gaming. I'm going to go ahead and finish this off. We will see you guys next time on when it's hopefully harvest time.